Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Håkan Bovel, and in this video we're gonna talk about composition. So there are a lot of components to take a really strong image, and one of those components is composition. What is composition? Well, composition is a way for us to arrange our subjects in the image. And it's also a way for us to direct the viewer's eyes in the frame, so we can make sure that they see what we want to tell with our image. It's also a way for us to put balance in our image, so our images are not just very weighted to the left or the right or top or bottom, because then our image can feel, well, it can feel really off when we look at them. So composition is a way to counter that and put balance in our image. So there are a lot of composition rules. I'm gonna talk about the rule of thirds in this video because that is one of the most basic and widely used composition rules. And I wouldn't say that it is a rule, even if it's called a rule. I think you should use this composition more as a guide instead. So what is the rule of thirds? Well, the rule of thirds is a grid, and it consists of 2 horizontal lines and 2 vertical lines, which create 9 boxes, and you then have 4 intersection points. So the idea with this grid is that you put either your subject on the lower horizontal line, the top horizontal line, the vertical left line, the vertical right line, or on one of the intersection points. And by doing this, your image will have more dynamic, and it will be more interesting, and that way you can create much stronger images. So the idea is also that you want your main subject to take up as much space as possible, and you can do that by using the rule of thirds. You can then, let's say you have a person in your photo, then you really want that person to take up as much space of your frame as possible, and you can then use the rule of thirds to have the head above the top horizontal line, and then really fill up that frame. So let's take a look at some example images where I have used the rule of thirds. So here on the first image, which is of a castle in Germany, I have put the castle on the right intersection point, and this makes it more interesting than if I had put the castle just right in the middle of the frame. And here I wanted to show more of the landscape than of the sky, so I have put back mountain on the top horizontal line to really emphasize the magnificent landscape instead of the the sky, which, yeah, it has some clouds, but it's not that interesting because it's the surrounding environment of the castle that I wanted to show in this image. And if we look at the next image, we have this big mountain with clouds rolling through it, and here I used the rule of thirds again because I wanted to really show this big mountain and the clouds rolling through. So here I put the mountain on the top horizontal line, so I really fill the frame with the mountain instead of having just some mountain and some sky. Once again, the sky is not that interesting. It's really the clouds that just rolling through this big mountain. And the next image is this one of a Swedish landscape. And here, once again, the main subject in this image is the landscape in itself and not so much the sky, which is just blue. So it's not so interesting. The landscape is much more interesting. So here I put the landscape well above the top horizontal line to really fill up the frame with the landscape. So now you're starting to see how we can use the rule of thirds to really emphasize the things that we want our viewers to see. And this is also a really good way for us to train our eyes to see things when we're out shooting. We can just look at things and see if we place this subject on this line or this intersection point, we can have a really strong image. The fourth image is a sunrise on an island in Sweden. And once again, here I wanted to really show the landscape and this lighthouse in the background during this pretty amazing sunrise. So here I put the lighthouse on the top horizontal line, and to really fill up the frame with the landscape, and we can see the light hitting the landscape. Once again, even if the sky is really cool during this sunset, it's not the main focal point. The landscape is what I want to really show during this sunrise. So the last image where I'm going to show the rule of thirds is this image, and here the focal point for this image is the tree, and here once again I'm filling the tree on the top horizontal line, so you have the leaves way above that line. But then I also use these two golden grass bushes, or grass maybe it is, and here you can see I've used different techniques where I use depth of field also, but here I have placed the first golden grass on the lower left box, and then I have the next golden grass on the right middle box. So your eyes will jump between those two, and then you will look at the tree. So here I've kind of framed the tree with these two boxes on the left and the right side, so I have balance in the image. And you can also see I have the the gray rock and the grass. The gray rock on the right side of the right side, the lower right side, and I have the grass on the left, the left middle box. So there you also have balance to keep this image balance. So that's a quick look at how you can use the rule of thirds to make your images more interesting than just putting your subject in the middle of the frame. When you follow these lines and intersection points, you can more easily find ways to composition. You can more easily place your subjects so they make a more harmonic image. And I think it's really good trying to look at your images, how you can place your subjects on this guide or on these lines to make more interesting images. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. And if you want to see other content, please write a comment down below what you would like to see, and I will try to make a video on that topic. Otherwise, I hope I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.